Battleground Gujarat is our top focus this afternoon. Let's now cross live to Ahmedabad, where Prime Minister Modi has just gotten off that seaplane. He took a seaplane from the Sabarmati Riverfront to Mehsana, where he paid a visit to the Ambaji temple. He's now got off the seaplane and is getting into his car. The cavalcade will then reportedly be driving back to the airport. Just 1 hour more of campaigning to go. Remember, polling is to take place on the 14th of December. Counting will take place on the 18th. It's been a hectic 3-4 months for the Prime Minister. He's addressed back-to-back rallies in this state. Ankit Tyagi is with us live. Ankit has been getting us those very good visuals of the Prime Minister waving to people who gathered there to catch a glimpse of him on that seaplane. Ankit, you know, in a sense, it's been the whole campaigning has come full circle for Modi. He, in a sense, kicked off his campaign with Shinzo Abe's by bringing Shinzo Abe to Gujarat. Then again, we'd seen that entire cavalcade driving through the seafront, and Modi and Abe waving with Mrs. Abe, clicking pictures of the school children who were waving Japanese and Indian flags. Then at that time, the big issue that we were talking about was the bullet train, and now we're ending with Prime Minister Modi again on the seafront with a seaplane.
That's right, and it tells you, gives you a sense, Simi, that the election fighting acumen of the Modi-Amit Shah combined is unmatchable. There may be a lot of things, and the Prime Minister himself knows he's doing it for the optics. I mean, the plane went right in front of us, and he saw almost, it was an arm's distance from where we were standing, and suddenly when he saw the live cameras rolling, comes out the red chunri, as it is called, from the Ambaji temple. And the Prime Minister quickly wrapped it around his neck. So the symbolism, of course, of this entire event not lost on anybody. I've changed my position and I've come to this side where the people, I can show you, my camera person Ajay will try and pan and show you where the cavalcade of the Prime Minister is going to start. And we are at a vantage point to give you a glimpse of the Prime Minister driving past yet again in front of our cameras. There was a road show that he wanted to do. The Election Commission did not allow that road show, and the BJP comes out with a bigger, much better spectacle than possibly the road show could have. The seaplane came, it taxied for more than 25 minutes. I'm not sure for a seaplane whether it's a normal thing, but the Prime Minister ensured that every person on both ends of the riverfront gets a glimpse of the Prime Minister. When he was going in the morning, he was sitting in the second last row. When he came back, the Prime Minister, as the hero is known for his voters and for the BJP, the Hindu Hriday Samrat, took a different avatar altogether. The door of the seaplane was open. There was one SPG officer flanking him and the Prime Minister right at the door, waving to the people, giving them ample opportunity to see him, and of course taking this opportunity also to ensure that he milks it to the maximum. About 45 minutes or maybe 50 minutes for the campaigning to end. And I can bet that this 50 minutes will be a visual spectacle that the Prime Minister is going to ensure from here to the airport. 4 points have been made where the Prime Minister is going to meet the people as well. And as we speak, I can see all the cars here in the cavalcade getting ready for the Prime Minister to go towards the airport. Very interestingly, in fact, right now, in the morning there was a no-go zone, Simi, and now it has been converted into an enclosure where the Prime Minister will be going from. Where the people have been allowed, the media has been allowed, maximum vantage for the Prime Minister and the BJP. The Congress can cry, they can say that this is against the Election Commission rules, but at the end of the day, what would matter is these visuals, is this spectacle with the dhol nagaras, with the balloons and the BJP saffron flags flanking this entire seafront of Ahmedabad. As we speak, I can see certain movement there behind me. The cavalcade of the Prime Minister now moving in after deplaning from that seaplane, and at a very, very slow pace, slow pace, coming in towards where we are standing. We would be in a better position to give you a glimpse of the Prime Minister yet again, Simi. And staying with these visuals, I will just move aside, and staying with these visuals that you see, the cavalcade of the Prime Minister now moving from the Ahmedabad seafront towards the airport, where he would be going back to Delhi. Remember, the campaigning ends today, and as per the Election Commission rules, all outsiders have to go out of that city, of that constituency by 5 p.m. Exactly what the Prime Minister will do, but he'll milk these last 50-odd minutes again. The visual of the day, of course, the Prime Minister, and where I was standing, about an arm's length distance from there, and the Prime Minister I can see out again. And that too on the side, it's the river side, so it makes no sense to be on the river side, but it makes sense because the cameras are here, you know, and people trying to get a selfie, trying to get a picture of the Prime Minister. I could just see my colleague Preeti Chaudhary also running to get a vantage point to get a picture, possibly for the social media. But you can see this, the cavalcade now, after deplaning from the seaplane, the Prime Minister moving towards the airport, his NSG security paraphernalia running around. He's now inside. He's now gone inside the car. He will be on the front seat right next to the driver. We will get those visuals as well. And now if he will be on his way to the airport. The cavalcade of the Prime Minister as we speak, you can see here, is moving slowly. The jammers are coming in, so are the media cab that goes in front of the camera, in front of the Prime Minister's cavalcade. I'll ask Ajay, this is a media cab that goes into his cavalcade, and possibly it slowed down because the camera person had to run and you know, go back into the cavalcade. Coming back to the Prime Minister, this the vehicle that you'll see, the SUV that you will see after this, will be of the Prime Minister. He is waving to the crowd, and like a movie star, was almost there. The Prime Minister waving towards the crowd with that red chunri still around his neck, and he takes off towards the airport, where he will be, of course, taking a plane towards the national capital, towards New Delhi. Suddenly, after moving from here, we see the cavalcade speeding off, and Simi, you know, if anybody has utilized the last day of campaigning, that's the Prime Minister. We can have a debate on whether how much about ethics, about code and conduct of the Election Commission, but the BJP knows it's the last image that matters. The PM has given the seaplane and this cavalcade at the city of Ahmedabad the last image before they go out and vote on the 14th of this month.
Ankit, getting us that live update from the Sabarmati Riverfront. On your screens are visuals of Prime Minister Modi getting off the seaplane and waving to people who gathered there to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. After landing on the Sabarmati River, Modi spent almost an hour as the plane slowly taxied on the river surface. The Prime Minister waved to people who had gathered on both sides of the river. And as Ankit pointed out, Modi had that red scarf that he picked up from the Ambaji temple nicely wrapped around his neck. In a sense, the Prime Minister, with these last visuals, combining Hindutva and his push for development with that seaplane. The BJP claiming that the Prime Minister's trip on the seaplane in Gujarat shows that the BJP has been able to develop public transport, and that the seaplane will be available for tourists as well. Of course, it remains to be seen whether it will be available for tourists who visit the Sabarmati seafront later as well. Ankit, we're getting visuals of the Prime Minister almost standing, half sitting, half standing from his SUV, waving to the people. Is this cavalcade on its way to the airport now? This is the last hour of campaigning, just 50 more minutes to go, and it seems that the Prime Minister is utilizing every last minute.
Well, it's gone past where I am standing at the riverfront, and as soon as the Prime Minister came out, behind me at the place where he alighted at the jetty that was created. There were a lot of people. They were allowed to come here. And the Prime Minister, again, he was almost standing out on the door of his seaplane. He almost then did the same with his SUV as well. Waved to the people, waved to his supporters. It has gone from where I am standing and towards the airport. What we have been told that there will be about 4 points in between where there will be a meet and greet sort of a situation from the people. Let me also get in a word from Preeti Chaudhary, my colleague who has been here in Ahmedabad, was at Rahul Gandhi's rally as well. Preeti, you know, the amount of political optics that were on display. The Prime Minister, like a movie star, action movie star, if I may call him, almost on the door of that seaplane, waving towards the cameras. Then the same, you know, starting out of his SUV, waving towards his supporters. One thing is clear: if politics is about images, BJP has won the last image of the day on the last day of the campaigning, isn't it?
Well, we don't know that till that last vote is counted, Ankit. But
not about the votes, but I'm saying it's about.
Well, like I said,
the image of the day is the Prime Minister.
Debatable. But I do agree with you because it reminds you of James Bond, doesn't it?
No, but when you're saying debatable, contrast it with what Rahul Gandhi did today. Whatever Rahul Gandhi's agenda was, it was almost like a reaction to what the Prime Minister did. He went to the Ambaji temple in style with the seaplane. It's not about ethics right now. It's about getting the last voter or getting the image of the day. Rahul Gandhi had to go to the temple because they knew that the BJP is doing something here, not as grand as the BJP was able to put out.
Well, optics, of course, yes, but we don't know that. We only know if the cause will show effect when the last vote is counted. We don't know that. So yes, okay, fine. I gave it to you when you say that in terms of imagery, it's fabulous. It is. But it also reminds you, Ankit, you know, you and I have both covered 2014 elections in Varanasi where the Prime Minister was campaigning. And let's just go back 2014. It's so similar. He started this whole you know, playing to the gallery at that point of time. And does this actually look like, I don't know, does it really look like a state election anymore with the way both sides going all out?
No, but that has been a trademark of the BJP and the Prime Minister himself in every election. They go to every election, the same energy you saw in Bihar, in Haryana, in UP as well. I mean, the Prime Minister did the maximum number of rallies, more than what he did in Gujarat, were actually in Bihar. But all that aside, the energy and the hunger, as far as a lot of people like to call it, for the BJP, of course, is more. But this time, we saw a similar sort of an hunger from Rahul Gandhi and for whatever, you know, equation that he was able to bring with the youth. But you know, just about 45 minutes or so for the campaigning to end. The Congress president-elect still in the city, but that's not what we are talking. We are talking about the Prime Minister and the show that he put up. That in a way tells you how effective is this election fighting machinery of the BJP.
It's interesting. Like, you know, you're right. So I'll give you two contrasting images. Just about half an hour ago, Ankit, I was at where Rahul Gandhi held his press conference. Right underneath that is this iconic snack shop in Gujarat called Swati Snacks. So Rahul Gandhi decided to go there, and when you call it, you're totally bang on right, that there seems to be an energized Congress cadre, especially the middle order. The kind of people I have seen today, some of them have come in from Karnataka to campaign in Gujarat. I met like 5 people, mid-level Congress workers, spent about 15 years in the Congress, have earned their spurs in Congress, but suddenly feel revitalized that they want to come in from Karnataka to campaign here. So yes, that has worked for Rahul Gandhi, and you're right there. In terms of optics, yes.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.